What's up everybody? I'm Sam and I got all of the mutations in Brawl Stars. I wanted to share my thoughts with you about them. Let's go. I'm going to start off with Tick. I feel like Tick was by far the most underrated brawler regarding his mutation. Tick is crazy, and if you haven't seen Tick or haven't even battled against a Tick, which I'm sure by now you have, you've got to check this out. As soon as Tick gets his super, it's game over, man. He sends out a super, his super will go, in this case it takes out Frank, in the background it's going to take out the next Tick, already giving us our super, to which we use it again. That super is going to go, it takes out Rico, and we get our super again. So we send our super out once again, it's going to go ahead, it's going to hit that Tick as well as take out a Frank. Tick supers just feel endless in this case. I don't know about you guys, but I think Tick's mutation is by far the most underrated one. I'm actually going to do another video here soon all about Tick because I feel like Tick's mutation is just so good and so underrated. The next brawler that we used was Frank. What was so fun about Frank is his movement speed. Frank becomes like the super fast ninja with 14,000 HP, being able to take out everyone in his path. The best thing about Frank too is that he can take out all the walls, take out all the grass, making it to where no one can surprise him and no throwers have any advantage over him. I was able to use Frank and I wasn't doing as much damage as Tick per se. I wasn't really being an all-out brawler like Tick was, but I was able to hold the hot zone, and I feel like that's what is most important. Because of Frank's high HP, his movement speed, and his surprisingly powerful attack, I was able to do well enough. Sadly, I kept whiffing my ultimates though, and I kept missing all of my supers, but in the end, we still got that dub. Moving on to Shelly. I was really excited to use Shelly. I thought Shelly was gonna be like awesome since she can shoot twice, but I found that Shelly doesn't really compare to other brawlers with their mutations. At least in my case, I was kind of getting destroyed, as you guys can see here. Brock's 2 missiles would completely end my world, and so I had to be very careful. But as soon as I was able to get my ultimate and was able to go through walls, then it became a lot easier and Shelly became more significant. In this case here, we're able to push the enemies back, get them in a corner, and at that point we are able to thankfully take the goal. My Shelly was on her last limb, but we barely made it in. And just like that, we got the dub. Next, I decided to try out Poco. Now, what I could say about Poco is that Poco, he is definitely one of my favorite brawlers. I love using Poco, and I love this mutation. It doesn't make Poco like this extremely strong brawler compared to Brock and Piper that get just such powerful attacks, but it makes Poco survive. Man, was I able to just live, which is so great. You get healed after every single attack, and with that, I was able to just chug along and just survive. As you guys can see, it took so much to actually defeat us. So I think Poco would be great to use on a hot zone map because his mutation allows him to live for so long that he is a very valuable player. Moving on to my beloved Hank. If you guys have seen my last video, you know that Hank is by far my least favorite brawler. But regarding his mutation, I actually liked using Hank. The thing is, you can't really control Hank's mutation. You just kind of have to be lucky with it. Hank's mutation, it's hard to control, but it does so much damage. Especially if you're in close combat with Hank, Hank will do so much damage with those water jets. I found Hank a joy to play, and I found myself being able to do some extremely satisfying attacks, such as this one here, when we take out all of those bombs and the Ash at the same time. Moving on to Crow. Man, did I enjoy playing as Crow. Crow basically became a poisonous Terra. Crow's attacks would go through the enemy and come back. That allowed Crow to attack through multiple enemies and have that attack come back, doing twice the damage. This could crucially be good against Ticks. Tick has those 3 heads coming at you. If you're far enough away, you can attack through all of those Tick heads at the same time and get rid of them. I also found that once I was able to get Crow super, Crow became so powerful. As you see here, we're able to take out almost their entire team. That Tick survives by a sliver, but then we're able to come right back with our hypercharge and our ult, take out their team once again. We get taken out by that Tick bomb, but all of the 3 enemies, they get taken out, and we're able to get the victory of that match. And now it's time for Meg. I know that all of you know how strong Meg already is, so I wanted to use Meg and just dominate with Meg. I found myself, though, being so confident that I would push myself into situations where all of a sudden there was no way out, and we would get ended just like this in this scenario. With Meg, it was very easy to push enemies just because of how much damage Meg does. In this case, the Surge was AFK in the grass, making this Carl a very easy target. That poor Carl. We're then able to push easily into the middle, completely taking out that Mike. We now have 10 power cubes, making us basically impossible for other teams to destroy. We go in, taking out this poor Spike. Lily's not able to get away in time. We eventually will take out Lily and then push downwards and get the dub. Meg was a lot of fun. I pushed Meg on some wipeout. We weren't the best per se. I honestly was carried by this Rico and this Colonel Ruffs. They literally just bounced their bullets everywhere, and we got the dub that way. I was able to put pressure on this left side, and I was able to help out, but I feel like it was the Rico and the Ruffs that truly dominated this match. Yeah, and as you can see, it was an easy fight. After seeing how crazy good Colonel Ruffs is, I decided I had to try him out. And he was a blast. All I did is I kept bouncing bullets off of this wall and just keep checking that top left. Over time, we just slowly take out Brawler one by one, and you can't even see them half the time. They're clear off of the screen, but I would just suddenly be like, oh, I've defeated a Brawler. It was a great feeling. Colonel Ruffs, his attack seems very unfair, but very fun at the same time. You just constantly are bouncing off walls until they hit an enemy. It's honestly ridiculous, but that's what's fun about these mutations is they are so fun. Some of them are so overpowered, and they're great. Like, it's only for a month, let's have fun with it. So I decided to go with the next best thing, Rico. The exact same outcome. We just bounced Rico's bullets right off the wall, doing lots of damage. The dickheads chase down that Hank. Hank has no opportunity of escape. The Hank was able to push forward on us, but we take him out. We are then able to resume our bouncing duties by just hanging onto this right side of the wall, making sure that no one gets us, completely whiffing our super on a Bonnie, but then we make up for it for taking out the Bonnie. And just like that, we got the dub with Rico. Once again, another easy dub. I love the thought process with Brock. Like, what should we do with this mutation? Let's just give him another missile and have him shoot 2 at the same time. That's completely fair. Just like Piper being able to shoot 2 missiles. And that's kind of how it goes. Brock completely dominated. Like, we were taking out enemies left and right. I had some good randoms, which really helped. And we were able to just go through and completely steamroll. Oh yeah, that's satisfying. That is satisfying. I wanted to show here that after completely getting wrecked by this Piper, we see the best mutation of them all, Stu's mutation. Stu can just go forever and have infinite health, especially in solo showdown. There's a trick where you can just literally dash into a wall and be healed forever, and like enemies can't even kill you even if they have full ammo. Like, it's ridiculous. Here I'm going against a Squeak with 60 HP. I miss my ultimate, and I'm taken out by that Squeak as a level 10 Brock. That was embarrassing. But I made up for it by taking out the Stu and taking out the Angelo. I then had the best random Piper who takes out this Edgar and then takes out the Brock, giving us the W. So I decided to take my Brock out on some wonderful 3v3s, and I realized that Brock does an amazing job against Tick. Especially here, I used my missile to blow through that wall and take out that Tick. I hate when Brocks are able to hit me through a wall. Oh man, I hate when that happens. By the end of the match, we had kind of pushed them into a corner, able to take out the Tick with one hit, which is just like the greatest feeling of all time. Then able to go throw our ultimate onto Piper, ending the match and getting that dub. So guys, we're going to come out with more content here soon on Tick and Tick's mutation just because it's so underrated and so fun. So look forward to that. We're going to be coming out here soon with Squad Buster videos as well. So we're really excited to grow with you guys. I'm really appreciative of you all. Thank you, and we'll see you guys in the next one.